little background kung paano ba nabuo ang song na to?
Okay. So actually kasi when I wrote this song last year.
Mhm.
Um it was originally parang a solo lang na kanta. And then si Tito Gary, parang he's always been one of the people talaga na I've always wanted to collaborate with. I mean, like it's always been a dream, and I've always wanted to write more songs for other singers, for other artists as well. And then Universal Records called me, sila Miss Kat, Jules, do you want to do a collaboration with Gary Valenciano? I was like, are you serious? Sabi ko sa kanila, are you serious? Parang, ha, joke ba to? Sabi ko, totoo ba? Hindi nga po totoo ba talaga? And then like, saktong-sakto, like sobrang excited din ako kasi I've never done anything like this before, and it's gonna be my first time to do this with Tito Gary. Kasi even before pa sa mga events, we would only see each other
Mhm.
sa mga concerts, mga events, ganyan. And then we would only cross paths. So, like, let's do something together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, oh my God. Hinihilig ako. Tapos nga nga, sobrang surreal na. Like, it's actually finally happening. And yung si Tita Angeli din, sobrang thankful din ako sa kanya kasi pumayag nga si Tito Gary and si Tita Angeli to do this. Um, Tapos, parang, basta hindi, it all happened so fast. Parang, in the blink of an eye, like, what? Okay, like, we're really doing this. Tapos, yun, like, sakto meron akong isang song. And then, I figured, sabi ko, parang bagay din siya na maging duet. And then, yun na. Na-record na namin yung song. Tapos, nakakatawa talaga ng puso because,
Mhm.
si Tito Gary kasi isa siya sa mga musical influences ko ever since I was a kid. So, parang ang surreal lang that everything, that this is happening. Kaya,
Mhm.
ayun.
Yeah, a long time coming, no? Seeing each other from events and then finally being able to collaborate. But how about you, Sir Guy? When you heard of this collaboration with Julianne, how was it for you also? You said that now that you're looking back at it, it feels like you did something right. So when you first heard about it, what were your initial thoughts?
When I first heard about it, I didn't hear the song yet, no? So, but
Mm.
the first word that came into my mind was game, because when you talk about artists at the level of Julianne, these are artists who just don't come up with a song for the sake of coming up with a song. They come up with something that stems from somewhere, and I found out she was going to write the song. So when Angeli sent me the song and I heard it, we were like, what? It wasn't like, is it nice or not nice? It was more like, bagay ka ba sa ganito, Gary, o hindi, no? Kasi it's a love song, di ba? So how do
Mm.
you put somebody her age and my age together doing a love song like this? But things worked out. It really worked out. And hopefully, all of our friends from media will get to see the video. But when I heard the song, it was just a matter of time, which was a
Mhm.
which was a problem because both of us have completely different schedules. I was touring, I left for the US, and she had the song ready, and she was also doing stuff. She did Limitless, it's award-winning pa, and so you can tell that it's an example of how much artists like her put into what they believe in. So I didn't want to just say yes and then sige, let's just do it for the sake of, hey, it's something new. So what we did was I presented Mon Faustino as an arranger, um, very flexible, kind of arranger, and so he did an initial arrangement, and I told Julianne, I said, listen, if there's anything you want changed in this, you just say so. Again, being the artist that she is, she said what she wanted. So it went back to Mon Faustino, they redid it, and then next thing I knew, I had the music na here in this very studio. And of course, medyo ako lang mag-isa dito sa bahay when I'm recording, but all my lights were dim. It was just me hearing the voice of Julianne because she already had recorded. And for me,
Mhm.
that in a nutshell is how everything came together.
Oh, so like we keep saying, it was all just a matter of time. I mean, like what Sir Gary said, with the differences in schedules, the back and forth, I think I can speak for everybody here saying that it was definitely worth the wait. And we're so happy that it's finally out for everybody. And we're so excited because I love the song. I'm sure everybody here can agree that it's such a good song. Puts you in your feels talaga, guys. Diba nafe-feel natin, especially during the rainy season. Rainy season! But you know how we like to emote during the rainy season. And also, interestingly, Sir Gary also mentioned that he hopes that everybody here will see the music video. But actually, you guys, the official music video for Dika Akin will premiere tonight at 7 p.m. on the Universal Records YouTube channel. But we do have a special treat for everybody here today because all of us right here, right now, will be the very first to see the official music video for Dika Akin. Woo! Yes, I'm sure you're all really excited. Let me know. Yes, I see people clapping. So, guys, are you ready to Oh my goodness, I'm sure everybody, I saw all of your comments also, like with all of the crying emojis sa ating chat box. Same feels, you guys. Very simple pero tagos sa puso. And so many questions, I'm sure, floating around in your head. So make sure to keep those questions kasi now we're going to move on to our Q&A portion of today for more questions about the music video and, of course, the single as well. So just a few reminders to all of our media friends for today. I will be calling you on individually and you will get to ask your questions to both Julianne and, of course, Sir Gary V. So let's start off with coming all the way from Dubai, actually. We have Carrie Bell of Tag 91.1 Dubai. Hello. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello, good morning here in Dubai,
Hi.
and good afternoon naman dyan sa Pilipinas. Grabe, can I just say, grabe yung right through the heart, yung talagang emotion na naibigay sa amin. Yung pagkanta pa lang ninyo ni Sir Gary Valenciano and Julian, and of course, the video itself. Grabe, hi. Pero at the same time, I was smiling all throughout seeing you guys doon sa video. So, thank you so much. Ang gandang regalo nito sa amin, itong kanta nyo and collaboration nyo. But before anything else, I would like to say thank you also to Universal Records. Special shout out kay Miss Grace Poronda for inviting us to be part of this virtual press con. So, I would like to ask my question. Kasi Sir Gary Valenciano has mentioned that it's been a while since you've actually had a project like this, a collaboration. So gusto ko malaman, can you walk us through, and also Julianne, yung naging feeling nung first day, yung recording process and the production of making this track, Dika Akin. Ano yung na-feel nyo na ito na, gagawin na natin to, this is it, together?
You want to go ahead, Julie?
Actually, parang nasagot ko na nga po yung tanong nito kanina. Kasi, first of all, hindi ko rin kasi talaga in-expect. Although, it's really one of, na-checkan na yung isa sa mga bucket list ko na talagang, like si Tito Gary yung collaborate ko. And I've always wanted to work with him. Tapos, he said yes to this collaboration, which I'm really, really grateful for. Yung feeling, syempre, kinakabahan. But at the same time, sobrang, para siyang fulfilling for me because it's everyone's dream. It's every singer's, it's every artist's dream to do a collaboration with Tito Gary. Kasi, ayun, is one of, like sobrang, si Tito Gary kasi sobrang napaka-professional, sobrang napakagaling, napakahusay, and he's really an icon. And a lot of people look up to him, not just, like as an artist, but as a person. So, yun, nakaka-inspire lang talaga. And as we went through the whole process of the recording, from the arrangement and stuff, like si Tito Mon Faustino nga yung nag-arrange nung song namin. It came to life simula nung nilagyan na ni Tito Gary yung vocals niya dun sa mismong song. Kasi I recorded it at home kasi, so since medyo tight yung mga schedules namin, hindi talaga nagtutugma. We had to record it separately. And then, yun nga, nung narinig ko na yung vocals sa Tito Gary, parang, oh wow, natupad na isa sa mga dreams ko. Kaya, ayun, nakaka-flatter, nakakataba talaga ng puso. And I never really, like, expected this project na magiging sobrang like successful and napaka-fulfilling talaga niya. So, ayun po.
With me naman, I think kasi it took a long time till we got to record really the vocals. Yun nga, because the schedules were really tight. And my ideal scenario would have been na sabay kami sa isang studio where I can hear what she's doing and then she can hear what I'm doing and then we can both pitch in and all. But we had to rely on our being artists and being able to feel what each one wanted to say, even if we were not together, you know, for the recording. And it would have been hard also kasi at that time, medyo ano pa rin medyo mahigpit pa rin yung mga protocols So it would not have been safe for us to be together in a studio, closed, in a studio together. But that's what makes it sweeter na ito yung kinalabasan, ito yung resulta ng ganyang klaseng sistema. Siyempre with me, I have to be very honest, okay? But I was at home waiting for the material to come, and when I saw the email na andyan na yung demo, it's a rough edit, different tracks. One track was the -1, one track was the voice of Julianne, and one track was the guide vocal of Mon Faustino. Parang medyo hesitant ako na marinig yung boses ni Julianne kasi parang feeling ko, Gary, you said yes, okay? So no matter what you hear, if it's a challenge for you to keep up with it, sorry ka na lang, but you have to keep up. But it was nice when I heard it, sabi ko, hindi, tama to It's not a teleserye theme song kind of feel. It's not the old sound that I used to have. It's today. And so, it's nice to come in front of the microphone and feel na parang hindi ako nagtatrabaho. I just wanted to do it. So I remember, yun nga, coming here, setting it up, and then in the middle of the song, when my voice would get a little tired, I'd take a break for a few minutes. And I was so tempted to tell some people here, gusto niyong marinig? Gusto niyo? But no, I didn't want it. Kasi ang daming, sigurado may magsasabi, ba't ang lakas ng boses mo? Ba't mahina yung boses niya? And they won't understand that. No? Only artists will know what we need and what we want while we're recording. So how nice just to see how everything came together. And now here is the result. And about the video, there was really the intention to keep the video simple so that the music is really what speaks. And of course, the couple, and what they went through, which I know many people have gone through. So I think I think the video successfully does that as well.
Okay, thank you very much,
Very
Sir Gary, and thank you very much, Julie. And actually, it's
Thank
more
you
than
po.
that. It's a perfect collaboration. Yan, hearing the song, nako, grabe. And hopefully, parinig namin dito sa mga kabayan din dito sa UAE, sa Tag 91.1. And I'm sure marami na naman kayong mapapasaya. And at the same time, luluha sa emotion dahil sa kantang delivery.
Pasensya na lang, ha?
That's the sole purpose of this collaboration.
Oh my
It's to make
goodness.
people happy, but at the same time make people cry.
Yeah. Goal achieved. Thank you so much, Caribel. Take care
Thank
over
you,
there in
Thank you,
Dubai.
Caribel.
Thank you
Regards
so
to
much.
everyone in Dubai.
Thank you. Now let's
Hopefully,
get. Yes.
hopefully makita
yes.
namin kayo dito. Okay.
Yes.
Definitely.
Manifest, definitely. But let's get to our next questions coming from Alan Policarpio of Philippine Daily Inquirer. Hi, Alan. Hello,
Good
Alan.
afternoon.
Hi, Alan.
Hey, Alan.
Hi, Julie and Sir Gary. So my question is, for Julie, growing up, paano ka na-influence ba ng music ni Sir Gary? Parang, did you listen to his songs growing up? And for Sir Gary naman po, before this collaboration, ano po yung impression nyo kay Julian? And what do you think make her special, yung talent niya?
Julie, you can go
Ako
ahead.
muna. Um, Alan kasi yung music ni Tito Gary, I would always like listen to them. Actually, may mga tapes pa ako ni Tito Gary. Tapes pa, naka-tapes pa. Kasi naabot ako yung mga cassettes and everything. So like, I had his tapes. And then I would always listen to them. Kasi before, mahilig kasi ako napasalihin ng grandmother ko sa mga iba't ibang mga contests. Like specifically mga pageants and then mga singing contests. So, I used to study like mga ilan sa mga songs din na Tito Gary. Tapos parang naging parte na din siya ng buhay ko. Naging parte na siya ng musical, like journey. And then, um, sobrang surreal talaga kasi hobby ko lang talaga kumanta before. Tapos, yung pangarap lang ng grandmother ko, tsaka ng, actually yung mommy ko and yung dad ko, they've always been so supportive sa aking singing career. Tapos, like even sa school, pag may mga programs, ganyan, palagi ko kakantahin yung mga songs ni Tito Gary. And then, even like sa like even sa mga variety shows, like sa mga past, like sa SOP, Party Pilipinas, Sunday All-Stars, we would always sing his songs. So talagang naging part na talaga siya ng musical journey ko. And now, mayroon kaming collaboration with Tito Gary. Hopefully, this won't be the last because, kasi it's only like once in a lifetime opportunity, and I'm just very very grateful for this and to Tito Gary as well. So yun, thank you Tito Gary.
Anytime, Julie. You know, are you done? Are you done with your answers?
Yes po.
With me kasi, because of our station affiliation, um, I'm thankful that regardless of where we're at, whoever we are associated with, I'm thankful that Universal Records is one recording company that we are both a part of. So it's possible to do something like this. Ngayon, ever since, medyo matagal ko nang naririnig yung, Gary, have you heard of this Julian San Jose? And I would say, wow, okay. What about her? Tell me about her. Including feedback from my son, Paulo, who is a director, who is very particular about who he works with. So he would go, Dad, you should, never mind, kasi your kapamilya, she's kapuso. Then a few weeks later, Dad, have you seen Julian San Jose? You should, never mind, kasi you're with ganyan, ganyan. It was always like that until I got to do an album under Universal Records called Awit at Laro. And this was the concept was the funds would go to UNICEF, and it would focus more on encouraging children to play. In other words, play with more than just their two thumbs on gadgets. They would, not that they would put that aside forever, but just to know that they had more muscles in their bodies para makapaglaro sa labas. They have sweat glands that are supposed to work. So we gathered different songs kung saan we touched on some original songs like Pitik Bulag, which we actually gave to Julian to record. Unfortunately, that was sometime in 2018, and that's when I went through my whole health, challenge. But she went into the studio, and she went in, I think, with Mon. I'm not sure if it was with Mon Faustino or was it Jonathan Manalo. I'm not sure who. But ang pagsabi sa akin was, ay tinanong ko, sino gumawa ng mga backup vocals? Sir, si Julian po ang nag-asikaso lahat niyan. Seryoso ka? Siya nag-isip ng lahat yan? Opo, sir. Siya lahat. Okay, so all the more, naging parang, again, the feeling na tama to, buti na lang naisali siya dito sa album na to. Now, she's not a part of my album, but I'm a part of a song of hers, a duet. And excited ako kasi hindi ako nagsulat nito eh. So I'm really treading on new ground here. Usually it's a song I wrote or I co-write, but it's her song. And mukha naman bumagay naman, what I did. So yeah, I hope Alan that answers, your question.
All right. Thank you po, Sir Gary and Julie, and
Thank you,
congratulations.
Alan.
Anytime, Alan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alan, for your questions. Now let's get to Jerry Donato of Philippine Star. Hi,
Hi, good
Jerry.
afternoon. Hi,
Hi
Hi,
po.
Juliet.
Jerry.
Hi,
Yeah,
Jerry.
Hi,
yeah,
Jerry.
yeah. I'm very interested about the narrative. So, of course, it's about love. To me, parang, it's about forgiveness ba or confronting, letting go. But what really interests me is the idea of having two perspective. Ganun ba yun talaga? Na the show, the song is being told from different perspectives, from a guy perspective and a girl's perspective. And of course, you are a singer. So how were you able to get into those mood and somehow mindset no, of supposed to be points of view that the show presents itself? Mahirap ba yun? Yung ano, getting
I can
into a
go ahead.
certain
I can go ahead.
Parang, yeah, okay, Sir Gary. Sige po.
You sure? It's hard.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
hard.
It's okay. It's okay
It's
po.
hard for Julianne now because her heart is in a really good place right now, you know? And her heart is in a good place with somebody I also I love very much. You know, Raver guested in my concerts and he surpassed lahat ng mga expectations namin sa career niya. But before we actually shot the video, kinausap na ako ng director as to how it was going to be treated, how the video was going to be treated. That they would get a couple that would express each other's, you know, what they felt for each other, what they felt. In other words, past tense. Now, that can be positive and that can be negative. So what I did was I just sang it with with the least drama, you know, and I just allowed the couple because sabi ko, uy, iba yan ah. Talagang they're going to tell each other, yes sir, they're really no longer together and they're really going to let each other know. But not in the spirit of war and revenge and regret, but more of yun nga, a closure without the hope of the person coming back, but just letting the other know. Kasi yung lalaki, meron na rin siyang bago. And the girl is happy, pero makikita mo sa reaction niya na parang, "Ugh." But it's a new chapter. And new chapters in life don't always begin in a happy way. They sometimes can begin in a very painful way. And this, so when I did the song, when I recorded it, when I recorded the song, from the very start, it had to be, what are you feeling as a guy? Gary, what would a guy feel singing lyrics like this to the person and to the girl? And I left Julianne to do her own thing, to express it her way, so that it's our vocals are blending with each other, but emotionally it's not the same. And I think it lent itself to the way the video was going to also be produced.
Yeah. I love that. I love everything I heard. Thank you, Julian.
Ako kasi when I actually wrote the song, I wasn't coming from a bad place eh. Kumbaga parang it was just like out there. May mga kasi when you're trying to create something kasi especially sa mga songwriters and mga writers, parang syempre kailangan mong ilagay yung sarili mo dun sa isang scenario na naiisip mo na alam mo yan, like nangyayari talaga sa totoong buhay. And I felt like the need to write again. I wanted to come up with something, lalo na especially we're still in the middle of pandemic. And then I figured that, you know, there are more scenarios na normally nangyayari sa isang tao, specifically sa mga relationships. Na parang kahit minsan, di ba, hindi naman natin gusto na nangyayari and hindi naman natin kontrolado. And I'm pretty sure na syempre, pag napanood nila at narinig nila yung kanta, at napanood nila yung video, marami makaka-relate sa song because, you know, it talks about mga complicated relationships eh. Actually, yung intention ko that time when I wrote the song, parang hindi ka akin. So like, walang label. Walang label yung relationship. So, magkaiba yung perspective ng lalaki, magkaiba din yung iniisip ng babae. Kumbaga, iba yung intention nung, like, for example, ako, may gusto ko iparating sa kanya, pero iba pala yung interpretation niya. Like, iba yung gusto kong sabihin, pero like, iba yung iniisip niya. So, parang, from there, doon nagsa-start yung, alam mo yon like, kaya ba? Kaya ba natin i-work out ito? Kaya ba nating i-surpass yung challenge na ito? But it's, as you've seen nga dun sa video, parang nagkaroon nga din sila ng closure. Kasi usually, pagka hindi kasi para sa'yo, hindi talaga eh.
Mm-mm.
Saka malalaman mo kung yung taong yun ay para sa'yo talaga. And kahit anong mangyari, talagang si Lord, meron siyang isang tao na nakalaan talaga for us. So, yun yung parang main intent nung song. And then, I realized nung ginawa na namin ni Tito Gary yung kanta, nung na-record na namin siya. Kasi, yun nga, yung concept kasi nung song na yun before, like nung sinulat ko siya na mag-isa lang ako, parang hindi ka-akilik, walang label. But when we actually recorded it, parang it became better kasi parang na siya eh, like post-breakup na siya eh. Parang walang label and at the same time parang may gusto ko pang, alam mo yun, like may gusto ko pang sabihin sa kanya na hindi mo nasabi. Like, what if ganito yung nangyari before? Like, what if ganito yung sinabi ko? What if ganito yung ginawa natin together? We would have, worked this out and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, kung hindi talaga para sa'yo, all you have to do is just accept it. And, like, maybe may mga bagay talaga na hindi meant for us. Kasi kapag tinanggal yung isang bagay sa'yo, for sure merong better na darating. So, ayun. Nakakatuwa lang talaga kasi parang basta nakaka-overwhelm yung feeling while recording the song. And it just came to life when I heard Tito Gary's voice.
Tsaka nakakatuwa, very mature, ano? I mean, parang napaka-mature nung mindset nung whatever, yung dalawang personalities nung nire-represent ng song. And what's so interesting about this is parang it's up to the listeners as well, ano, to make their own interpretation of the song. Kasi magkakaroon na siya ng sarili niyang buhay after yung ma-release. Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry, for your question. Now let's get to Von Belenario of One News PH and News 5. Hi, Von.
Hi guys! Hi Sir Gary! Hi Julie!
Hi, Von.
Congratulations on this collaboration po, no? Siguro
Salamat.
po, Sir Gary and Julian, of course, we all know that you are pillars of your respective noontime shows, of course, ASAP and AOS. I just want to know your thoughts, Sir Gary and Julian, on healthy competition of noontime shows, especially musical variety shows, no? Itong ASAP nga and AOS na despite magkakompetensya kayo, you bring so much joy and entertainment to the public. Sir Gary?
What is it? What's
Your thoughts lang po on healthy competition between
yeah.
ASAP and AOS.
Okay, I'll share with you competition that kept me on my toes for many years. It wasn't station affiliation. It was with this guy named Martin Rivera. He was forever my competitor. Now the thing is, he's a balladeer and I do a lot of upbeat songs. People would compare us all the time. And even if we were different, it was the kind of competition that brought out the best in us. Okay, so I think it's the same thing with AOS and with ASAP. We're not looking over our shoulders para makita namin kung anong ginagawa nila. And I think they also are doing the same thing. They just know, hey, there's another show on the other side, and we just have to be on our toes all the time. I don't care what anybody says, but at least in my book, in my heart, I'm not in ASAP to show who's better. I'm in ASAP to be at my best. And if we in a subconscious way, we do that to the other artists in AOS, that means we're actually both helping each other without even knowing it. But it's important that there is healthy competition. Otherwise, we get laxed. we get overconfident, we can sit back and settle with, okay na yon. Ay, hindi pwede sa ASAP yun. Hindi pwede sa ASAP yung, oh, yeah, pwede na yan. Hindi talaga pwede. Why? Kasi nga, may AOS. So you have to keep yourself on your toes all the time. But it's healthy. When we know that
Yeah.
somebody comes up, when Julian comes up with something great, we're like, oh, nakita mo yung galing, no? We're like that. That's just the way we are. And I think it is healthy. I'm very close to Christian Bautista. We're both in, officers of OPM. So I think that's what it is. Wait, I think you're muted, Vaughn.
Hi, Vaughn. Are you there?
Were you
Yeah.
saying?
There you
Yes.
go. Yeah, you go.
Okay. You're still muted.
Oh, you got muted again.
Your thoughts, Julie.
Ayun.
Oh, my thoughts. Oh, same as Tito Gary's. Kasi for me, wala yung ano eh, wala yung parang rivalry na, alam mo yung parang, oh, competition, kailangan, mas magaling ako dito or whatever, kailangan mas isurpass natin to, ganito, ganyan. I mean, that's the goal of noontime shows eh. Kasi parang naging parte na din ng buhay natin eh. Yung variety shows eh, whether it be, All Out Sundays or ASAP. Pare-parehas lang tayo ng goal. For me, personally, yun lang din yung parang pinaka, alam mo yun, like, goal ko, it's to, like, bring out the best in me every time I perform on stage. And it encourages me even more when I see something like, oh, yung parang nakaka-amaze, na parang nakaka-inspire lalo to be a better performer, to be a better artist. So, yun lang naman. Parang wala naman sa akin, wala naman din po sa amin din yun. Kasi besides, nasa isang mundo lang naman tayo na ginagalawan. And, like we only have one purpose. It's to, inspire and inspire people through our craft. Yeah, that's it.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Vaughn, for that. And of course,
Thank you.
thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
Vaughn.
Vaughn. And we can see that they're really inspiring us, of course, with this newest collaboration, you guys. A long time coming, but finally here for all of us. But I did see a question in our chat box a while ago coming from Chris of One Music PH. I will just read it out. And this one is actually for Sir Gary. So Chris asks, seeing you really getting engaged with giving pointers and nuggets of wisdom to the kids of Idol Philippines, and now this great song in collaboration with Julie, what is the level of fulfillment being able to be looked up by aspiring singers?
Wow, you have time for this? It's already 1:52. By the time I'm finished with this answer, it's already 2:30.
Reflecting
it's
time.
it's really wait, this came from, who did it come from again? Let me see.
Chris
Chris.
of One Music PH. There you go.
Chris Ramos. Okay,
Mhm.
Chris, to be looked up it's pressure, because you have to make sure that what you give is not just advice for the moment that they're in front of you, but something that they can take home with them, whether it's Idol Philippines hopefuls or any other artist or any other young person that speaks to me. In fact, yesterday I have an advocacy called Face to Face, where I have a Zoom meeting with about 100 to 200 students for universities all around the Philippines. Yesterday was Bukidnon State University. And what I give them is a whole rundown of my life, and to make them know that it's not the process that you should trust, but it's the God who is in charge of the process that you need to trust in. And I try in many different ways to put that across when I speak to artists who care enough to listen. Alam niyo, sinasabi nila yung mga young people don't have long attention span. I don't believe that eh. I think when you meet them at the point of their need, you got them. It's just that not many people spend that much time with them. So to be able to do that, it's a big honor for me. You know how they say that tomorrow is in the hands of the young? Yeah, that's true. But they need to learn today about what the kind of tomorrow that they can handle and the kind of tomorrow that they may face. And if I'm able to put that across through my music and through my words and through my actions, then I think I've covered all the bases. Now, I believe also in good seed. When you plant good seed on good soil, eventually you will produce good fruit. The thing is, trees and fruit trees don't grow and produce fruit all at the same time. Some may take longer than others. The coconut tree, which is supposed to be the healthiest of all fruits, takes almost 7 years to grow. But it's the healthiest, right? So you go through the storms and you have to plant again, and then the tree falls, you have to plant again, wait for another so many years. But the end product is good fruit. So to that's why I said if you had time, I'd really expound on this, but I'll end it with this. I think that's basically it. It's quite an honor to be not only looked up to, but really listened to. Because when you look up to somebody, but you don't really pay much attention to the person, because maybe the person touched you in the past or a song came out in the past, that's one thing, and that's great. But when they care enough to listen today from somebody who's lived many yesterdays ago, it's malaking, it's an honor for me to serve people this way.
Oh, thank you so much, Sir Guy, for that. Wow, I felt
Grabe!
very inspired. Me also. Same comment, grabe.
I'm so
felt,
into it.
me too, I
I'm
felt very
sorry, I'm
inspired.
sorry, but those are questions
Grabe.
that really get to
Mhm.
me.
Yes. Now we have a lot to reflect on, no? If you guys have journals, we have a lot to reflect on coming from Sir Guy right here. But of course, we'd like to thank you, Sir Guy, and of course, Julianne, for inspiring all of us. Not all of us are aspiring singers, but we're also people who have emotions and can connect to the music, especially the newest single, Dika Akin. So thank you for always inspiring us with your talent and your music. And actually, that was our last question. We'd like to apologize to our media friends who were not able to call on today. But we would still like to thank you for, of course, joining us here today. Do not worry. We will get to learn more about the song throughout the coming weeks as well from both Sir Gary and Julianne as well. But before we all go, I think we should all take a photo. Yes, I think that's very, very perfect for right now since we're all gathered here today. So do not be shy. Turn on your camera. This is our photo op moment with Julianne, of course, Sir Gary. So make sure to put your big smiles on. Everybody, do not be shy. Show us your beautiful and handsome faces. Everybody who's joining us. So I will count down and everybody just smile. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, switch pose. One more. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Thank you, everybody, for turning on all of your cameras and joining us for our photo. But before we go, Sir Gary, I do hear that you have a very exciting tour coming very, very soon. So you'd like to
Yes.
invite everybody.
Yes. I actually am leaving on September 22 or 2022, I think. And I'll be traveling off to a US tour called Re-Energized. So it's my first tour since the pandemic. I'll be going to Seattle on September 30. I'll be in Cache Creek Casino Resort on October 1. I'll be at the Pechanga Casino Resort on October 8. I'll be in Los Angeles on October 9. October 15, I'll be in Dallas, Texas. On October 21, I'm in Anchorage, Alaska, and then I fly all the way to the East Coast in New York for a concert in New York on October 23. So, yun. And
Yay!
yeah, it's exciting. Then we have ASAP live in Las Vegas in the first week of November. Then I come home.
Well, what an exciting next few months for Sir Gary. So we wish you the best of luck, Sir Gary, on your tour. We can't wait to see, for you to see all of your fans everywhere in the States and just being able to spend that time with them. But Julie, what can everybody expect coming from you? And do you also want to thank everybody who joined us here today?
Yes, before anything else, maraming salamat po for being here. And I hope that you enjoyed watching the music video as much as we did. And sana ay napukaw ang inyong mga puso sa aming bagong song. And I hope we hope that you can share it to your friends, your family. And yes, again, thank you, Tito Gary, for
You're most
saying yes
welcome,
to
Julie.
this. Maraming salamat po. And yes, you can catch me every Sunday sa All Out Sundays. I have a new show coming up. It's called Maria Clara and at Ibarra. Maria Clara at Ibarra. It's coming soon. Of course, it's a GMA. And may show po din po kami sa LA sa September with a GMA Pinoy TV. We I think kasama ko po dyan si Dingdong Dantes, si Lani Masalucha, ay Idol Las Alas, and si Raver Cruz. So, ayun po.